Hey everybody, Brad C here. Today we're reviewing the SP32A LED flashlight. Now this is by a company called Sofirn. This is the first product of theirs I've ever reviewed, but all the reviews on Amazon of all their products are extremely high. Pretty much 5 stars on all their products, so I would say this is going to be a really good choice for a budget flashlight. Okay, here's what comes in the box. You've got a lanyard, which we'll get out and take a look at. The manual. Here we have a charger, which will be able to be plugged into a USB outlet, and they provide a USB cord. Before we get into the actual specs, let's just take a good feel of this flashlight. It feels really good in the hands. The craftsmanship seems to be high quality, especially when you consider this is a budget flashlight. These are normally under $30 or right at $30, and then I'll put a discount code for I believe 20%. I'll flash that up on the screen there, and I'll put links in the description to Amazon where you can get the best price plus take advantage of that 20% discount. Okay, the flashlight comes apart into 3 pieces, and inside we have a battery, and we'll take a look at that a little bit later. But inside of here you're going to have a little, basically a protection to keep the battery from working until you're ready for it to, so you want to remove that. Now Sofirn includes their own rechargeable 18650 battery, and this is 3000 mAh. If you've seen some old reviews on these flashlights, they used to come with I believe 2800. They have upgraded, and it would be a good time to take advantage of that now. You want to make sure you put your battery back in the correct way, and the minus side is going to go in the back. The plus side is going to go forward to where the actual torch of the light is. Threads seem nice and secure, and I believe these come with a spare O-ring. As you can see, the O-ring here. Yep, nice and tight. Should work now. Yep, just wanted to confirm that. Along with the lanyard, it does come with 2 extra O-rings, so that's always nice to include. Now this is the SP32A, and you may be familiar with the SP32, their original model. This one has some upgrades, and we're going to be talking about those. Now, as you can see here, the carrying clip, very secure, very sturdy. You know, that's definitely not something that you're going to break off easily. That's not a cheap clip there. And it is reversible. If we want to switch it around and have it the other way, we can do that. I want to point out that also this clip, you can move this however you want by sliding it. You see here just a groove, and it's on here really secure. It's not going to move by itself by any means. You know, normal touch is not going to move it, but by putting a little bit of pressure on it, you can slide it around and get it exactly where you want it. And you know, of course, you have your button here, so wherever you want this in relation to your button or to how you're going to be carrying this, you can pretty well customize it. Okay, I want to show that the charger actually has several different batteries. You can look on the back here of batteries that it will be able to charge other than the one they provide, but it's pretty cool. It's a system here where this is like a little, you know, pullback system, and then the battery fits in. So if you get this and you're wondering, well, the battery doesn't seem to fit in here or here, well, yeah, you got to pull this back. So that's simple. I'll just show you what I mean. Of course, you want to make sure the minus is in the back, put it in the side, and there we go. Plug it into your USB charger, and you're ready to go. Now this is your operation button, and it has 2 modes. That's click mode and ramping mode. For click mode, you're going to have 6 different modes. Let's take a look at the specs for the 6 modes. The first mode is called ML, which stands for Moonlight. It's 4 lumens, then low at 43 lumens, then medium at 160 lumens, high is 900 lumens, and then turbo is 1550 lumens, strobe is 900 lumens. The original SP32, I believe, was 956 lumens, so the turbo 1550 is definitely an upgrade. And here you can see the running time for your lowest, which would be Moonlight. You're looking at 200 hours, which is a lot. And then low, 20 hours, 55 minutes. Medium, 5 hours and 37 minutes. High for an hour. That's pretty good. You know, 900 lumens for an hour, that's really good. And then even the turbo, you're looking at 34 minutes. So if you had something very serious of high importance to light up, 34 minutes is a long time. And then the strobe is 2 hours. Now, ramping is a feature that the SP32 did not have, and we're going to talk about that more in detail, but it goes from 1 lumen, all the way from 1 lumen to 1067 lumens. Just some other specs you might be interested in. The distance on this is 200 meters or 656 feet, which is quite a ways. And it's impact resistant to 1 meter. It's water resistant to 2 meters. That's 6 feet underwater, 6.5 feet underwater. Now there's 2 modes of operation. That's the click mode and the ramping mode. The ramping mode is an upgrade from the original 32 to the 32A. And so let's take a look at the click mode. First click is going to be Moonlight. Second click, a little brighter. Third click, fourth click, and then we should be going back to Moonlight. There we are, back to Moonlight, And those 4 will cycle. Now there are 2 other modes, and that's strobe and turbo. Now at any time you want to go to turbo mode, you're going to double click, boom, that puts it into the brightest setting. Then when you want to turn it off when it's in click mode, you remember that it's going to cycle. Every time you click this button, it's going to go to a different level. But if you want it to go off, you just hold in for 2 seconds. So 1, 2, boom, it goes off. Now to get it to strobe mode, you're going to turn it on, and then all you need to do is in any setting, doesn't matter, you're going to triple click. 1, 2, 3. Boom, you got strobe mode. Now anytime you want to go back, you just simply click, 1 to click, and you're going to go back to wherever you're at. In whatever mode you decide to leave it at when you turn it off, like let's say you want it on moonlight, you're just going to leave it at moonlight. So when you turn it off, now it's off, and you can put it by your bedside, and when you turn it on, boom, it's going to be moonlight. Whatever you left it on is what it's going to stay on. So if you just want to keep it simple and you want to keep it on one brightness, you can, let's move it up and make it a little bit brighter. So now we got it, a lot brighter than that. So now it's by my bedside, I pick it up, boom. It's going to come on exactly how I wanted it to. So just remember, whatever you leave it in is what it's going to stay in. Now to go to ramping, it doesn't matter what mode you're in, you just have it on, and then you hold in this button for 3 seconds. And then it's going to blink 3 times to let you know that it's in ramping mode. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3. And there you see it blink, and now it's in ramping mode. Now when you go into ramping mode, when you hold down the button, it's going to brighten as far as it can, and it'll blink a couple times to let you know that that's as bright as it gets. And then if you want to go back the other way, hold down the button, and it's going to go all the way down to moonlight. And actually, I shouldn't say moonlight, it's going to go back down to I believe 1 level of lumens. So it's going to go at an extremely low level. Now it looks kind of bright here because we're in a light box. If you're interested in this is a really nice professional light box, and I'm going to do a review on this. So anybody that wants to see that, I'll put a link in the info section there. If you're looking to sell things on eBay or something, this is definitely a must get. So ramping allows me to go back and forth basically from brightest to weakest, and it doesn't go all the way up to the turbo number. It goes to, I'll flash the number up on the screen there, I believe it's around 1,000 lumens, maybe 1,100, and then it goes down all the way to 1. Now to go from ramping back to click mode, you need to go to either moonlight or the brightest setting, and of course when it does that, it'll blink twice, so it's easier to see that on the brightest setting. So let's go up to the brightest setting. Okay, now it blinked twice, so now I'm going to hold down on this button for 3 seconds. According to the manual. Now it may take up to 9 seconds though, so you'll have to play with that. Make sure you play with yours and figure out exactly what your time is. So let's see. Hold in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. There's our 3 blinks. So once the 3 blinks come, then now it goes back to cycling between the 4 modes. Moonlight, low, medium, high, and then of course if you want to go to turbo, you double tap and go back. And if you want to go to strobe, you're going to triple tap. 1, 2, 3, strobe. So it's a very easy system. It's going to take some obviously some playing with and getting used to all the settings, but if you want to keep it simple and just leave it on one mode, and whatever mode you want it on, put it beside your bed, have it set, ready to go. This is simple. It's pick it up, click, and you're wherever you decided to have yours set at. Okay, let's test out the light. Here we can see our lowest setting, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Wow, pretty cool. Okay, let's test it out here at the basketball court. We'll get it on our brightest setting. Remember, this is not turbo here. I'm going to get all the way at one end of the basketball court, and I'm shining down to the other, and tell you what, it's lighting it up really good in here. This is nice. Thought I'd get out my reactive splatter burst targets, and if you don't have one of these, I highly recommend them. I'll put links in the description to Amazon. These are awesome for shooting, but for light purposes, we'll do a little test here. Okay, we're going to start at 6 feet. There we are, brightest setting, and as you can see, it is definitely a nice little beam there. Now we're going to back up to 10 feet. And as you can see, nice beam, definitely clear, no problem seeing our target. Now in case you get the battery mixed up in direction when you put it in, this actually has a reverse polarity protection, so you're covered there. I've been carrying this for 30 days, and every day I use it in the morning and the evening, so I get a good use out of it. It definitely holds charge very well, and you know, I really don't have anything negative to report about it. It's held up to, and I've dropped it several times, and it seems to, you know, I don't even see a scratch on it, so, you know, I don't really have anything, you know, that I can say that is negative. I would say that, you know, make sure you get familiar with the controls to go back and forth between the ramping and the regular click mode. But for me, I pretty much just leave it in one click mode, and that's pretty much what I use other than just for testing purposes. So, okay, I'll put clickable links in the description to the best Amazon price, and you're actually going to get a 20% off code, and I'll put that down in the description. Make sure you enter that at the checkout, and you should get 20% off whatever the price is. So a little light here for around the $20 price mark is pretty amazing. I mean, I'm impressed. I really am. Make sure you like, subscribe, and you can check me out at bradctv.com. Niece is doing some sled riding, summertime sled riding. Let's go! Woo-hoo!
Wow, good job, girls. Uncle Brad recorded all that.
What are you doing here?
All right, come see guys.
Lemonade, country ice. Sip it once, sip it twice. Turn around, touch the ground, kick your boyfriend out of town. Now freeze, mac and cheese. I'm gonna sneeze. Achoo, bless you. Now peace.